What's up guys, Reek here. We are back in Sevtech, doing another tutorial. This time we're going to be doing oil processing. It's going to be leading up towards the end of age 3, which is what will lead you into age 4 for those that are stuck. I know this took me quite a few videos of searching around and trying to figure out exactly how to get these different things, to get these achievements done. If we just take a quick look, age 3, it's for a small sample, drilling for oil and distillation. These ones are what really confused me for a little while there, but let's go ahead and open up our book. So what we need first is to make which was a small sample achievement, which was a small or a core sample drill, which, if you look, it's not really that hard. Sample drill, steel fence, steel scaffolding, line engineering block. And the cool thing is now with these, when you're holding them, it actually shows you the chunk borders. So then all you just have to do is put them down, put an energy source near them, and right click with them. It'll give you a little animation and it'll pop up. Here, let's go ahead and just break this, put a new one down. Maybe. Not sure why that didn't work. But anyway, it'll give you a small core sample and it'll tell you what kind of materials you'll find. You'll find water or lava, or in our case, we actually found a lot of oil. It was like 13 million millibuckets of oil in this chunk. So we'll go ahead and just put our start our oil refinery or oil pumping and stuff like that in our process within this area. And to that we need a pump jack, which, as you can see, I've already got it all set up here, which is we need 11 steel scaffolding, 6 treated wood fence, 4 fluid pipes, 1 redstone engineering block, 2 light engineering blocks, 2 heavy engineering blocks, 2 steel blocks, and 4 sheet metal. And then we can put our book with our projector in our crafting window and then place it where we want it, which I placed it here right by the corner so you can see, and put it right where I wanted it. So then all we've got to do, take our hammer, and instead of hitting it with the redstone engineering block, we actually need it on this heavy engineering block. And just because I'm in a super flat world and in creative for this tutorial aspect, we just put a creative energy cell here and it's automatically pumping out oil. And it's being stored and pumped into here. Okay, so what can we do with oil? Basically, the pump jack tower uses 1024 flux per tick to pump crude oil at 15 millibuckets a tick, which is a lot of power for a little bit of oil. if you don't have a lot of power gen, that is. But the average oil deposit will take 31 days to deplete. I'm not sure exactly what the average oil deposit is, but I mean, I know on the server that I play on, I've been having mine run for about a month and a half nonstop, and I still have most of it, and mine only has like, it only had like 7 million millibuckets, so 7 or 8, and it still has most of it. So yeah. But next, what we need is the distillation tower, which is 25 steel scaffolding, 33 steel scaffolding slabs, 17 fluid pipes, redstone engineering block, 4 heavy engineering blocks, and 60 iron sheet metal. And the cool thing is we can see what it looks like when it's completed. So we got the input in this corner, which is where the heavy engineering blocks are. Fluid output, which is where the fluid pipes are. And of course the redstone engineering blocks, the on-off switch. And then we have an item output here, which is going to be the bitumen, which is what we use to make the asphalt, which I've already got it built. And we can see that the distillation tower is a large multi-block structure that separates crude oil, or oil, into a number of byproducts. In this case, it separates it into 2, which in this case it doesn't separate it into like the diesel, lubricant, gasoline, and bitumen, because it's changed in here for this pack. Normally it would change it into all this stuff. It changes it into, right here it shows it'll change oil into diesel and molten naphtha. Naphtha. That is hard to say. And then the next time you run diesel through one, it'll distill it into lubricant, gasoline, and kerosene. So, which we'll get into this part into a different episode, because we'll be extending the steam part that we're using for power into a second part of the process farther down, because we'll be using the naphtha and the steam for something else down the road. But we just right click on the redstone engineering block and off it goes. So we got the oil coming in and it's getting pumped into here. See, diesel, naphtha. I have it piped into the Immersive Engineering's fluid router, and it's being routed into diesel and naphtha, which are being separated into diesel and naphtha into the 2 different tanks for later usage. So later we're going to be taking from this tank and be putting it into another distillation tower that we'll be setting up over here to be distilled into the lubricant, gasoline, and then kerosene, and then used to break down, or what other uses that those have down the process line for those. And then if we look, the naphtha, is a pain, and steam we get propane with. And with the propane, with using the modular machineries, we get the plastic, which we can use in the either pneumatic craft mixer if you're further enough along to get the pneumatic craft plastics, or in the modular machinery we get the industrial foregoing plastic sheets, which is pretty cool. So, but I'm going to cut here for a moment, go ahead and set up a second distillation tower, and then I'll show how we set up, or how we can do the process for the diesel, or set up my compact process for the diesel processing through the distillation tower. And then in the next part, or the next video, we will set up the plastic process. So give me a sec, be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. So I got the second tower up, and what I added was a hopper to the diesel and the fluid pipes going in. So we got diesel coming in. I added 3 more tanks and the storage unit, in this case black hole unit, to catch the bitumen, or bitumen, however you say it. And when we flip the lever, you can see it's creating lubricant, gasoline, and kerosene, and it's all being piped into the different tanks. So basically this is going from oil, or pumping out oil, being stored as it's being processed. Oops, turn that back on. And being processed into naphtha and diesel. Diesel's being pumped, and wow, it's already went through it already, and turned into kerosene, gasoline, and lubricant. So let's take a look at kerosene real quick. Caro. Oops. So what can we use for kerosene? Refinery. Kerosene we can turn into fuel, it looks like, with the refinery. And with 5 buckets we can get stabilized metal from Steve's carts. That's cool. That's stage 4 stuff. Drum that tablet. What stage is that? Stage 4. Cool. Okay, kerosene. Let's see, gasoline. Oh, that's syngas. Methane, hydrogen, lithium. Gasoline. So in the aromatic, with water, oxygen, gas, and lubricant. So gas and lubricant with ilmenite ore. That gives us titanium dust. Interesting. Oh, that's a stage 5 stuff though. Any kind of aluminum gives us aluminum grit. Okay, so we can use this stuff with ore. So ore tripling. Good to know. 5000 MK2 and MK3. That's cool. Octupling. Mixer. Gas with aluminum grit. Mixer from Earth's engineering would make napalm. Ooh, what can we use the napalm in? Probably a chemical thrower. And lubricant. I think that's okay. Automatic, hydraulic press. That's gonna be for galactic craft stuff. Paperclip factory. Okay. Paper clips. Making the creative plate stuff. The ultimate singularities. Automatic lubricant. Not sure what that's for. Let's see if we can take a look in our book real quick. Lubricant. Nobody's machines are perfect, not even your own. Inevitable friction between moving parts stops your devices from working to their maximum capacity. Where there's lubricant that's where lubricant comes in. To ensure a connected machine will run at full throttle, 1.25 times its base speed. Pump jacks, excavators, and crushers all can be lubricated. Lubricant can be used to manually apply a lubricating fluid to a machine. Petroleum lubricant is the most effective, but plant oil also works. Once the can is full, simply right-click on a valid block to lubricate it. While sped up, the machine will visibly drip. Arm golems may also be lubricated, healing them and temporarily increasing their speeding strength. That's funny. Chem thrower can also be used to apply lubricant to blocks, albeit less effectively. Simply spray a valid lubricant fluid to a machine and begin to operate at full speeds. Oh, good to know. So we can use that in a chem thrower basically to make all our things work more efficiently. Cool. So albeit basically we got kerosene to make better what was kerosene for again? Better fuel for selling to get stuff for our rockets and Steve's carts. Gasoline for the presses for rockets, and the rest for our machines. Cool. So, alright guys, so this is part 1 of oil processing. I want to thank you all for coming out, and until next time, don't forget, keep it real.